SAFC Fan TV, I'm Shaun Middleton, and today I'm outside the Steam Light. Breaking news on Friday, Tony Courton and Richard Hill left their jobs respectively, and breaking news yesterday at the Sunderland was that Stewart Donald has resigned as the chairman of Sunderland Football Club. What that means going forward, I'm not sure. Is the potential of a takeover on the horizon? I'm not too sure, but I'll be getting the fans' reactions as to why Stewart Donald has, in fact, resigned as the chairman of Sunderland Football Club. And could you please like, share and subscribe to our channel? I'd very much appreciate it. And please subscribe as it is free. It doesn't cost a penny. Thanks for your time. All right, I'm down the seafront, with Stephen Kerr. Obviously, breaking news yesterday was that Stewart Donald has resigned as the chairman of the football club. What's your feelings on that initially?
I think it's about time he went. I think he should have gone ages ago and get things sorted out and get the club back on the right lines and get rid of everybody, you know.
Right. Do you think it could be, obviously Tony Courton left and Richard Hill left on Friday as well of their roles, and with obviously Donald leaving yesterday, not leaving, like resigning as the chairman. He's still the owner, but does that mean anything going forward, or do you think he's just basically saying he leaves something in control of the club?
I think there's something else in the background. There's other things going on behind the scenes that we're never ever going to find out about, and it's always the fans that suffer in the long run. But I'd like to see Mickey Gray get it, and whoever he's involved with.
He's being
linked with a lot of times, you know.
I'd
bring Bob Murray back.
I know you had a meeting with the supporters on Thursday of Red and White Army, the fan group, and I've said it I was down in town on Friday, and he said that the supporters were to blame because of
blame the supporters. Nowhere can he blame the supporters. Not a chance of blaming the supporters. If he's not doing his job right, he should be out the door. Simple as that.
So you think he's just clutching at straws? He's done a bad job and he's trying to blame anybody but himself?
I think he's just come as a chancer. Bought the club, trying to make a few quid and do a runner. But it's the fans that's suffering again and again and again.
What do you think of his price tag? 37.5 million. I mean, do you think that's a bit high? And obviously third tier team. Allegedly he's only put 16.5 million in of his own money.
I don't think he'll get that price for the club. And I don't know what it's worth. I mean, it's got all the ground, the facilities and everything, but it's the people on the pitch what they want, and the backing of who buys the club. You know, I mean, they've got probably the best facilities in any of the league at the minute. That academy they've got, it's absolutely fantastic. But we need somebody in there who's going to sort it out from grassroots and get it up and running again.
If Donald does stay as the owner and he brings somebody as his chairman, if he brings one of his mates from Macy, which this could happen, I mean, how confident are you next season?
I don't want any of his mates in here at all. I want somebody from the north east who's red and white through and through, knows the club, knows the area, and just down to earth people. None of these chances and high flyers, people who's going to come in, and if they say they're going to put 20 million in and they put 20 million in, great. None of these chances.
How would you rate Donald's time as the owner of the football club out of 10?
-20.
Thanks for your time, mate. Cheers. All right, I'm down the seafront and I'm with Neil. Obviously, Neil, on Friday, Richard Hill and Tony Courton left their roles, and obviously breaking news yesterday, Stewart Donald left his role as the chairman of Sunderland Football Club. What's your thoughts on that?
I think it was always going to come after what's happened in the seasons and that. So I think I feel a bit sorry for him. I think he's come into a club which is far too big for him. I think, especially with the fan base and our expectations. I think he's doing the best thing, looking at someone else someone to take over from us and probably try and kick us on a bit more. I think he's done the honourable thing in my eyes.
I mean, I don't know if you've seen his comments on Thursday, but he blamed the supporters for the obviously potential sale of the club and investors. It's putting them off because he says we create a toxic atmosphere within the club.
I think without your supporters, you haven't got a club. In my eyes, I mean, we're so passionate over here. It's the same as the side of the water when Newcastle's in the same boat. I mean, we just want the best for our area and the club. Without the football club, Sunderland's will be a ghost town in my eyes. So I think we're not toxic, we're just passionate and want the best. I mean, over the last 7 years, 8 years, they've just been bad managed and not managerial roles, I would have said, it's just bad managed and in the predicament we are now.
Where do you think it went wrong for Donald as chairman? He's still going to be the owner, but obviously as the chairman, where do you think it went wrong?
I just think it's just too big for him. I think obviously when Phil Parkinson coming in, I think it's not the fans' choice. Sometimes chairmen don't listen to the fans. People told them what we wanted and who we wanted, and they just don't listen to us. They go either for the cheaper option or someone who they trust. But I think they've got to listen to the fan base as well. It's our club. He's the money man in my eyes.
What's your feelings on? He paid to 37 million for the club because he paid out a short within the year, which was, if he paid it within the year, it would go from 40 to 37. But it's been found out that he's only put 16.5 million of his own money at the club, so he's obviously paid the rest with the parachute payments. Do you think that's a man of an honest man?
With the businessmen and the football's a business now. It's not football clubs. It's a business, so he's looking after himself as well for the future, whether it's with us or another club. It's his business.
What do you want now, as obviously as a fan like yourself? Do you think there could be potential investors coming in now? He stepped down as the chairman, or do you think it's just a case of he's going to appoint one of his Eastleigh mates to run the club? He's going to just stay away.
Hopefully, he said he will sell the club, so hopefully someone will come in and say, it's a sleeping giant. Someone comes in, invests in the club, and get us where we belong, which is the Premiership. Especially with what's going on at the minute, like with the pandemic, money's probably a little bit scarce. But whether it's a foreign backing or a consortium comes in, we just don't know. Hopefully, someone will come in and say like a potential.
Obviously, taking away from that, Phil Parkinson's still the manager. Do you believe if there's new owners come in, they'll bring their man in?
It's if there's a big investment comes in, obviously they'll have the right ideas and all that. But it's the same cliche. If we're in a lower league managers, we're not an attraction no more as such. You know what I mean? You're not going to get a big managerial name, but we just want the right man for the job. Phil might be the man. No one knows, but I think if a big investment comes in, like you say, they'll have their own ideas. It's out of the fans' hands in my eyes.
Are you confident for next season?
Hopefully, yeah, I think it could be. It's if we're keeping the nucleus of the squad and we sort of like kick on and maybe get a few extra ones in. Yeah, we're always confident. Sunderland fans are always confident, aren't we?
Sunderland till you die.
Yeah, definitely.
Thanks for your time, mate.
No,
Cheers. Thank you. All right, I'm down near the seafront in Sunderland, and I'm with Brad. Brad, obviously, Friday, breaking news, Richard Hill and Tony Courtin left their roles at the club. And also yesterday, breaking news, Stewart resigned as the chairman. What's your feelings on that?
Well, it's just typical of Sunderland, isn't it? There's no stability whatsoever within the football club. We don't know whether we're coming or gone. One minute we're getting taken over and we're going to have finances galore. And then the next we're in dire straits again. Obviously we've got people resigning left, right and centre. We don't know where we're at as a football club. And as well, the season's ended early as well, which I think we would have went up this season, to be honest with you. I think we honestly would have went up, and the way it's ended as well, I think it's just going to completely demoralise us going into next season as well. And that's my complete thoughts on it. Obviously, them have resigned, them have left their positions within the club. And then who's going to come in? Who's coming in? I'm sure I heard something about Mickey Gray coming in as chairman.
I think he's been in talks with obviously people who he's trying to like talk people into it. He hasn't got the money side of it. He's obviously trying to get people to come forward as a consortium and like see that Sunderland's a great football club and sell them ready to come in and maybe save us in a sense, because at the minute it's really doom and gloom in it. But
I just hope that somebody comes in and gives us a bit of stability. It's hard to say because we need money. We need to get out of League One as soon as possible. And I've always said Sunderland are a cheap. I know I'm obviously going to say this because I'm a Sunderland fan, but we are a sleeping giant, and we always have been. We're once known as the Bank England club because we had everything, didn't we? But that's just a sorry state of affairs, and I just hope we can pull ourselves around, to be honest.
Like with Donald resigning now, he's still the owner, but going forward, does that mean anything? With the Tony Courton and Richard Hill leaving and then him resigning as the chairman, does that mean something's happening behind the scenes what we don't know about yet? Or do you think it's the case of he's going to leave somebody in control and let them run the club?
I think it's typical of Sunderland. I mean, again, for years and years and years, we've just had all this instability, and this is just another bit of icing on top of the cake. And like you say, there probably is more going on behind the scenes and stuff like that. I mean, how long's he been the chairman for? About 3 or 4 years?
Two seasons.
There you go, 2 seasons. 2 seasons, and what's he done? He clearly only took over because he took over all the debt that he had off Ellis Short.
He cleared the debt.
He cleared the debt. He come over and then he's only come in to stabilise and make sell a bit of money in the process, and that's what he's done, and he's what he wants out now.
Yeah.
We need a chairman that's gonna like when Quinny was in charge, when Quinny was a chairman, like you knew, even though he didn't really have a clue what was going on, like you knew that he had a bit of heart and passion behind it. Whereas I just think that like Americans, them should be seeing like NFL and baseball and all of that. They haven't got a clue about football. They call it soccer, don't they? I mean, do you know what I mean? And then you've obviously got him come in, and he was only in it for a quick buck, wasn't he? And that's that.
What do you think on that? Like, see, Parkinson, do you think he'll be the manager next season? If he is, do you think he can get a squad capable to finish in the top 2?
Well, to be honest, us were kicking on, weren't we? We're digging our route, we weren't doing bad. We've got to live in reality, haven't we? The reality of it is we're Sunderland Football Club and now a League One football team. You're not in League One unless you're at that standard.
Yeah.
But I feel like we did build a little bit of stability. And it's shocking to see that, how it's ended, and we should have went up and all of this. I mean, look who's went up in the Championship. I mean, no disrespect, but Wickham. You know what I mean? That's
on the points per game system.
On the points per game system, I feel like we've been shafted. We have been shafted through that system, to be honest. Because points per game, I don't know how that even worked, to be honest with you.
It left a bad taste in the mouth for me. Like it's the refuse to play, but then the refuse to play, but they knew they dropped from 9th to 3rd. Do you know what I mean? So they used that into the favour, which I thought was wrong. Like.
It's one of them, innit? And I suppose you've just got to roll with the punches, aren't you? Because we're in the middle of a situation where.
Bit doom and gloom, but thanks for your time, mate. And right, see you later, mate. Ta-da. SAFC Fan TV. I'm Shaun Middleton. I'm with Trevor. Trevor, breaking news Friday. Richard Hill, Tony Courton left the club, and then yesterday, Stewart Donald resigned as the chairman. What's your feelings on that?
They're mixed, actually. I don't know whether he had a long enough chance to do what he needed to do. And people were jumping on the bandwagon trying to get rid of him quick, you know. I think maybe if he'd had a little bit more time and put a little bit more investment into the club, we might have been a lot better off. But you never know, new future, let's see what happens.
Yeah. I mean, he's come under a lot of criticism from the fans lately. I mean, he was in a meeting on Thursday with the supporters and he blamed the fans, which to me is it's a sign of a man that's lost control of everything, really.
Well, I don't know, but he's lost control. Like he's still going to be all right, regardless whether he's there or not. You know, it's always the fans that suffer. I mean, I was a season ticket holder for 17 years, and they've never had a left back since I can remember, since the early 70s. Like Joe Bolton, you know, he was the last left back that were really hard, and they know the positions that they need to strengthen in, and they just don't do it. I don't know if it's because people can't afford to come or they don't want to come here. You know, or the money's no good, you know, I don't know. But I'm hopeful for the future.
So you're hopeful, obviously, if he stays on, you think if he's obviously he's going to be the owner, you think even if he's the owner, he brings somebody else in as the chairman, you think we'll still be all right next season if he gets the right players in?
I think it's a hard league. It's a very hard league to play in, this one. Hopefully, he'll get the right players for the job that we need to do.
Yeah.
And like I say, he just needs investment. He definitely needs investment.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we'll go nowhere. It'll be another year in the doldrums, you know. Yeah. And like I say, it's a horrible league, this.
Yeah. And, well, to be honest, you don't have to spend loads of money in this division. I mean, there's loads of free transfers out there. Nangelia, Marcus Madsen's free. There's a few what's free. Bailey Wright's free. I mean, I just think, you know, on about Donald, he's selling the club for 37.5 million as well. I think that's way too high. So I'm not sure if anybody's going to actually buy for that price, to be fair.
Well, that depends. If somebody wants it bad enough, they'll have it, you know. Yeah. If I had the money, I'd buy it, you know. And you're saying there's free transfers out there, yeah, but are they good enough?
Well, That Angelia's Blackpool striker, he banged the goals in. Martin Smanson's got that bit of quality. Bailey Wright, we were saying last season, he's got a bit of quality in defence.
Right, I mean, what about Ballymumba though?
We sold him, didn't we? An example of the owner, it just seems like he's selling all the youngsters, and why is he not keeping them?
I can't understand why he's got the academy if you're supposed to bring him to play in your team and sell the people on that have passed it, you know. But I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see.
Do you believe Donald saved the club 2 years ago, even though Ellis Short paid all the debt off, 180 million, I think it was?
Well, I mean, they gave Ellis Short some criticism, like, but at least he did the club a favour, you know. He didn't have to pay the debt off, mind. It was a lot of money, you know. It's a lot of money. But I think he wasn't. I don't think he was good enough for the job either, mind. He's not a football brain, no, definitely not. And that's what we need.
Do you think going forward, and if what would you like to see going forward? Would you like to see, obviously, Donald? Would you like to see him sell up and the right buys come in, or do you think if he stays, he can get it right?
Well, that's the natural thing. I'd rather he'd gone, and then we get some fresh blood in them. Everybody, everything, new manager and everything actually, and then we'll see where it goes from there. They'll still get my support regardless. Yeah.
Got your season card for next season?
No, not yet, but I will be. With this coronavirus stuff, man,
it's stinging, isn't it?
It's terrible, aye.
Onwards and upwards, mate?
Aye.
Thanks for your time, mate.
No
Take care, mate. All right, I'm with Dave at the seaside, Sunderland Seaside, and basically talking about the club, which is very depressing at the moment. Stewart Donald resigned yesterday. What's your feelings on Stewart Donald resigning as the chairman?
Well, no, I'm pleased he's gone. Like, he's certainly pulled the wool out of my eyes. Like, I was one of them who sort of backed him at start when I first come in, and he's just screwed the club. Like, and he's just been in it for the money, and that's basically it, really. Like,
do you think he's made a lot of the Sunderland fans look like fools because when he come in, he sort of talked the talk, but he definitely hasn't walked the walk?
Definitely, you hit the nail on the head with that one. Like, he coming on and all these media things and that, you know, mixing with the supporters and all that. He definitely sort of, well, he did. He pulled the wool out of everybody's eyes, didn't he? Just a dull boy, wasn't he, at the end of the day?
I think he needs to move on, but I mean, Tony Courtin left, Richard Hill left, and now he's resigned as the chairman, and he's still the owner. But I'm hoping that's got a sign of either somebody potentially coming to buy the club. That's what I'm hoping.
Well, I was reading on Facebook this morning with Mickey Gray, like, sort of trying to put this consortium together. Like, I don't know. Mickey Gray, has he got the pulling power?
Well, it's the men behind him, innit?
True. But have you heard anybody who's supposed to be involved in this Mickey Gray consortium?
I don't know, but he's obviously they've got to have some money behind them, haven't they? You know what I mean?
They've got the eye, true.
If lessons have been learnt the last 2 years, I think we need somebody like Niall Quinn who knows the club inside out, i.e. Mickey Gray as well. Somebody with some money behind them, somebody with a plan, and you know what I mean, get these fans back on side, because at the end of the day, we are the heartbeat and soul of the football club.
Well, Quinn, look, he got us on the level again, didn't he? He took us there, and then he says, you know, I've took you as far as I can. He put us on the platform. And then it just went a big circle again, and we're back where we started, if not worse.
I think with Quinn, it was a case of he done about 5 years, and I think he only said he was staying for 5 years, and he thought when he left Martin O'Neill in charge that everything was going to be alright, but it just didn't work out, did it?
No, it didn't.
Obviously, what would you like to see now? And that's everybody's down. There's only 10,000 season cards renewed for next season, so that's 14,000. What haven't renewed. It's not looking very good.
That's probably all you're going to get in the ground anyway, isn't it? With this social distances and all, isn't it? So I'll be getting my season ticket next year. Like, I'm saying, job-wise, I haven't had a season ticket for about 10 years now because I work most weekends. Like, but it's just starting from scratch again, and it's so sad.
We're looking at the club. I mean, we're a massive club, and now we're in the wrong division. With somebody who's come in with a plan, with some money, it can soon change. It can soon change the whole mood, the whole place. This needs one good person behind the club who loves the club to come in, and everybody be back, and the whole atmosphere will change.
I mean, what's up for sale for 37 million or something? It's bloody, in this day and age, it's pittance that, like, isn't it? For the club, the size of Sunderland. Why is somebody not saying, here, get on it now? Exactly. And they could turn it around with a fan base, you know, you could get 50,000 in there, just like what they do up the road, you know what I mean?
I mean, I know you're hurting that and feel your pain actually. I mean, if I can see one would think it's with something till we die, aren't we?
Oh, definitely, without a doubt.
We'll be back next season, eh?
Cheers.
Cheers, pal. Cheers. Thanks for your time, mate.